Hello students, it's Mr. Burlingame. I'm going to show you quickly how to create some 3D objects using the 3D objects presets in or pre-made objects in Photoshop. So here we go. Start with File New and go ahead and name it, I don't know, 3D Practice maybe? There we go. And we're going to use a preset of Web. We're going to keep it small, 1024 by 768. Click OK. Got a nice white window there. Alright, let's start by creating a new layer above, and let's take our eyeball off our background layer, and we're going to go up to the File menu to 3D, and we're going to choose New Shape from Layer, and it doesn't matter which one you choose, but we're going to play around with Ring first. There you go, Ring. It's a lovely little ring. Now, once you've got it in there, you'll want to move it around, and you'll wonder what's going on. But that's what this tutorial is about, showing you the different options that you have with 3D objects. When you've created a 3D object, you'll know there's a 3D object because there'll be a new layer with a funky little icon that looks like a 3D square, looks like a loaf of bread kind of. I want you to go over to your toolbar and go on down to the Object Rotate tool, shortcut key K, and click it once. Then I want you to click and move around in your image. Some of you will see this icon here. If you don't, do not worry about it. You'll see it in just a minute. But those of you that do, I just want to explain what that is. That is the X, Y, and Z axis, or axis. 3D objects have three, a height, a width, and a depth to it. And when you click in your frame and move around using your 3D Object Rotate tool, you're actually rotating the object. If you rotate slowly and look, you'll notice that the shadows always stay on the same side, and the highlights, like for instance, watch that highlight right there. See how it doesn't move. The object moves. The shape of it changes because of the curvature of the ring, but you're rotating the object. Everything else is constant. And if you click and hold your 3D object tool, you'll notice there are other ones. There's roll, pan, slide, and scale. Now you're doing all of those things at once with the main object rotate tool. So if you just want to object rotate one or scale one, only scale or only rotate, you can change that tool to these others. Or you can, this is called a handle. You can go up to the handle up here, and you've got scale, which is the block at the bottom. Just click it and bring it up and down. Turns yellow. Slide, which is a yellow square that appears right at the base. There's also one on this side. You can't really see it. I'm sliding in and out actually. Let me rotate it just a little bit. There we go. This one right here. See how I'm sliding it around? There is different axis scale right here. For instance, this is the X. See how I'm squashing it? I'm actually only bringing down the X side. I'm going to undo that because I want to keep it a circle. Or over here is the Y side, I think. Yeah, see the Y side? I want to undo that as well. And then you move just above it, the yellow circle appears, and you can rotate just on that one axis, or axis. Here it is again, and here it is again. Well, I think I already did that one, but either way, here it is again. Now that one you don't really see, but actually it is rotating in a circle, and you're going to see in just a minute. Now I want you to move over to your Layers panel and double-click the icon on the thumbnail on your Layers panel, and you're going to bring up the 3D Scene window here. The 3D Scene. Now I've extended mine, I've stretched mine down. I would suggest you do the same. And you've got a number of different options, and you can filter those options across the top by filter by whole scene, filter by meshes, filter by materials, and filter by lights. We're not going to talk about meshes right now, but we are going to talk about materials and lights. We are filtering by all here, the whole scene, and you'll notice here's the ring, and here's the ring material. When you highlight ring material, your options are going to change down here, where you can change what it's going to look like. So hit that drop down and go ahead and change it. Put little checkerboards on there. Isn't that lovely? Now you got checkerboards. Isn't that fantabulous? So you can click in here, move around if you still have your object rotate tool. You can also change your lights, which we're going to go to in just a minute, but stay on the ring material just for now. I want you to go back over here and click on your camera rotate tool. This is camera zoom, but it should default to camera rotate. And this little handle changes just a bit. Now when you click and move around, it looks like the same thing is happening. But really it's not. If you look closely, see the shadow here and the shadow here? And I'm moving, but the shadow is staying in the same spot. That's because right now you're moving a camera. You're moving your view around an object that is not moving. And the lights are staying the same in the same position as well. The only thing that's moving is the camera. So that can help you keep things the way you want them to see, your viewer to see them, if you got the shadows and highlights in the right spots. Or it can confuse you. So watch the difference. Object rotate, you see how that shadow, watch right in here, see how that shadow changes? See how it rolls with the roll here? See it right there? But if I'm on the camera view, I'm rolling, let's try to roll again, but the shadow rolls with it. Okay? Same thing with the highlight. The highlight's going to roll with it too. If that makes any sense. Okay, so go down here and I want you to find this icon right here. It's the light rotate tool. Click the light rotate tool, and then I want you to hit this little icon down here. Well, for those of you that did not see that little handle up here, make sure 3D axis is selected, and also select 3D light. And when you select 3D light, you're going to see these white little lines appear. You can barely see them. And rest over the ball, and you can actually control the light, where it's coming from, the intensity, the angle, all of those things, by either selecting the light and moving it manually, or if you have the light icon on, like I just did. I don't know where mine went. Where'd it go? It keeps wanting to hide. Oh, it's off the screen. Let's see. Let's move it here. I don't know why mine's not showing, but yours should show. But you can move the... Oh, there, it's real small now. You can move the light around. Let's go ahead and move on real quick. Go back to the 3D Object Rotate tool. These are the same tools that you have available here. I don't know if you noticed that, but it's the same tools. And then highlight ring material, and you can actually click the actual color of the ring material. Now this is not going to change because I've chosen this black and white right here. But if you have a solid color like this white, you can actually choose a different color, like a gold. Or, what's even cooler about this, you can hit this little icon right down here and you can load a texture. A texture can be anything. It can be an image, for instance. I'm going to choose the volleyball poster that I made. I'm going to see what that does here. I don't know if you see that, but it actually put the volleyball girls on there. Now you can also hit the drop down and edit the properties of the texture. Here's the volleyball picture, and you can change the U and V scale. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep it the same size, 1. I'm just going to type a 1 there. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? 1, and let's do the U offset. No, not the U offset. The V vertical offset. Trying to get their faces in there. There they are. Wonderful. Now it doesn't look, I'm going to also take that light handle off. It doesn't look fantastic, but if you look really closely, especially if you get on your camera scale rotate tool, I'm going to scale in a little bit bigger. You see they're on the inside and the outside. The computer has not rendered them clean yet, and I have a little bit of texture on there. Let's take the bump off. There we go. Now it's nice and smooth. You see that? So that's basically creating a 3D object using Photoshop's presets and showing you the differences in the light and the material, as well as, you can get into other things with environment, reflection, illumination. Those will come later. I just want you to concentrate on setting up a material, choosing a smooth or any of these materials here. Like for instance this smooth one, I'm going to change it to the smooth one. I'm going to go back and load that image of the volleyball right here again, and they're going to put them back in there. You can edit it, edit the properties of it, and I can change the vertical offset. Wrong way, a little bit lower. There we go, something like that. Bam, click OK. And the different tools over here with object, rotate, roll, pan, slide, and scale, as well as knowing the difference between the camera rotating and the actual object rotating. Now you don't see a lot of light here now, do you? I'm going to go back to my light tool and see what I can do with this infinite light. Let's bring the light back on, and let's put the light from this side. See how it changes the depth of it? That's what you want. That's what makes 3D. Shadows and highlights. You definitely don't want to light the whole thing. You want some shadows in there. Perfect. So, create a little something something, either with the ring preset, or there's many other presets, for instance, like let's create a new layer. There's 3D, new 3D from shape from layer. I think what a cool one is the soda can and the wine bottle. Watch what the wine bottle is kind of cool. Let me change that. And on the object rotate tool, because on the wine bottle you can select the label material, and here is where you can load a cool texture that will wrap all the way around. Let's try something different. Let's try soccer this time. Ooh, look at soccer. Look at the soccer girls. Oh, see that right there? You can change the cork material. You can change all kinds of things in here just by hitting this drop down. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but let me zoom in just a little bit. There's a little bit of texture on that label material. That's under the bump here. Change the bump to 0 and it will be completely smooth. And also the color's a little off. I'm going to go white. There we go. Isn't that wonderful? Bottle of Topper Soccer. So basically that's what I want you to do. Create something like this and show me that you know the difference between object rotate, camera rotate, see how the shadow moves with it, and how to change the materials, and even how to adjust the lights. So good luck. Got any questions? Raise your hand or message me in Edmodo. See ya.